His heart was racing. Captain Jacob Beckelhymer stood on the bridge of the USS Stockdale, eyes fixed on the horizon when the alert came through. It was the kind of moment every sailor trains for, but one that few ever face in real life. A wave of hostile drones and cruise missiles was heading straight for them. Not a drill, not a simulation. In that instant, the calm waters of the Red Sea became a battlefield. He didn't shout. He didn't flinch. Orders were given, systems activated, weapons readied. The adrenaline coursed through every sailor on board. They were no longer just a crew. They were a target, and they had seconds to respond. The Red Sea, once a vital artery of global trade, had transformed into a combat zone, and the USS Stockdale was now on the front line of a modern war where threats fly fast and decisions mean life or death. The alarms were deafening, shrill pulses of war that snapped every sailor into action. Within seconds, the Stockdale shifted from quiet patrol mode to high alert combat footing. The crew moved like a machine, rehearsed, relentless. Radar screens lit up, dozens of signals, drones and cruise missiles. Inbound from the Yemeni coastline, the combat team locked into their roles. Air defense stations activated. Communications snapped into secure protocols. Threats were prioritized, weapons assigned. Every decision mattered. This was no warning shot. It was a real coordinated strike, a test of the ship's technology and the crew's resolve. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for what's coming next. The Houthi arsenal has grown more advanced with Iranian support. In this particular attack, they used a mixed package: long-range cruise missiles capable of skimming above the water to evade radar, loitering munitions that could identify and dive onto targets, and unmanned aerial vehicles armed with explosives designed to inflict maximum damage on modern warships. These aren't amateur-built weapons. They're designed to match, or at least challenge, the technology of Western navies. Their coordination and complexity reflect a growing threat that operates far beyond Yemen's borders. The goal was clear: damage or disable a U.S. Navy vessel in international waters, and send a message that no sea is beyond reach. But the Stockdale wasn't going down without a fight. Its crew, having trained relentlessly for such a moment, moved with precision. The Aegis combat system tracked the inbound threats. Standard Missile 2 interceptors launched skyward, trailing fire. Close-in weapon systems, the last line of defense, spun into action, unleashing a barrage of bullets at near point-blank range. The atmosphere on board was tense, but not chaotic. Training had drilled calm into the muscle memory of everyone on deck. And it worked. None of the Houthi drones or missiles made contact. The attack was successfully repelled. In a recent interview with Business Insider, Captain Beckelhymer said the engagement was a real-world test of his crew's training, and they delivered. He emphasized how calm and professional the sailors remained under intense pressure, crediting their success to discipline and preparation. What stood out to him most was how seamlessly everyone executed their roles, exactly as trained, in a moment that could have quickly turned chaotic. The Stockdale was not alone in facing this growing threat. In recent months, the Houthis have launched a coordinated and dangerous campaign against U.S. and allied naval forces operating in the region. In late 2023, the USS Carney, another R. Lee Burke-class destroyer, intercepted an unprecedented 15 drones and 4 cruise missiles in a single day. The engagement lasted nearly 9 hours. According to Pentagon sources, it was one of the most sustained air defense battles involving a U.S. Navy ship in decades. The USS Laboon was targeted off the coast of Djibouti while conducting patrols in early 2024. It successfully neutralized 3 anti-ship ballistic missiles, a weapon type rarely seen in the region until then. In another instance, the USS Gravely came under threat during a multinational convoy escort mission. Armed drones shadowed the vessel for hours before launching a sudden dive-bombing maneuver. The Gravely's defensive systems engaged and destroyed the threat, but not without raising questions about how much further the Houthis were willing to go. These attacks are part of a calculated pattern, not random acts. They are designed to test U.S. resolve, gather intelligence, and create instability in one of the world's most important shipping lanes. After months of combat patrols in the Red Sea, the Stockdale returned to San Diego in February 2025. But there was little time for rest. By March, the ship had been redeployed, this time for a domestic mission close to U.S. shores. Its new assignment, providing command and control support for joint operations with the U.S. Coast Guard, monitoring maritime activity along the southern U.S. border. It was a different kind of mission, focused not on incoming missiles, but on tracking drug trafficking networks and human smuggling routes. Despite the shift in mission profile, the core principles remained unchanged: vigilance, coordination, and rapid response. Captain Beckelhymer, now at the helm of the Stockdale, reflected on how the experience shaped his crew. He told Business Insider that the attack was a moment where their training truly paid off, a real-world test of everything they had drilled for. What stood out to him was the calm and composure his sailors maintained. Everyone did exactly what they were trained to do, he said, noting how the crew responded with discipline and precision under immense pressure. The ongoing clashes in the Red Sea are more than isolated incidents. They represent a shift in how irregular forces challenge major powers. With access to advanced weaponry, regional militias like the Houthis can now pose real threats to some of the most advanced military hardware in the world. But ships like the Stockdale and crews like Beckelhymer's are a reminder that readiness, discipline, and unity still matter, perhaps now more than ever. Whether defending freedom of navigation on the other side of the world, or safeguarding the homeland's maritime frontier, the Stockdale remains an active force on the front line of 21st century conflict. Thanks for watching this special report on the Navy Channel. What happened in the Red Sea wasn't just a clash of machines. It was a demonstration of skill, training, and calm under pressure. These stories remind us of the men and women who stand watch in silence so others can live in peace. If you want more real stories from the fleet, modern naval warfare, and frontline operations, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for the next mission. Fair winds and following seas.